Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my Wolverine MTW-308. It's pretty awesome, I have to say. I think the performance, unfortunately, on this has not been as good as kind of what I was expecting. So I have done some upgrades to it. I think it's actually firing a lot better now than when I originally got it. But today's actually going to be like a little part install for this thing, where I'm actually going to take this, which is kind of why I bought this thing, to be honest. This thing actually has a built-in, or not built-in, but it has a HPA tank that you can screw directly on to the actual body, which means that this basically becomes the stock, which I think is cool because it means that you don't obviously have to run a line or an HPA tank. However, the issues that I have is just how kind of like low down this sits, and I probably could get a higher or a riser that would have this scope higher. But it's just the length of this really is the issue. You can't really go any shorter than that. I've actually put in an aftermarket tank, which is a lot smaller. This is a 9CI, not the like 13 cubic inch one that it comes with normally. And that's helped it, but it hasn't made it perfect. And so what I was planning to do was basically convert this back over into like a standard kind of HPA with a line that's going to run out the back here. So what I actually ended up doing was buying a kit for that, which is here. So that basically will put that rear stock ring on there. I was going to go and buy a stock to put on there, but then I realized that they released this. Now this is kind of cool because the one big thing that I think HPA misses, or I miss when I actually have played with HPA, which hasn't been that much, is recoil. Now, when I have played HPA, apart from this, I've actually normally played with an HPA gas blowback adapter, which is obviously kind of, for me, best of both worlds in a lot of ways, because it means that you've actually got recoil. You've obviously got the line, which is kind of annoying, but this thing here is supposed to give us recoil in the stock. So every time you pull the trigger, the actual, it's a bit fake because actually it's the stock itself is kind of moving and giving you recoil as opposed to the body of the gun. So I'm not sure how I'm going to like this or if I'm not going to like it. We're going to figure that out, but I thought it's worthwhile because the thing with like a 308 being a DMR is it's very, very cool to be able to fire like very accurate, quiet shots. But one thing is, because I play with gas blowback so much, I really want that feedback, especially on a DMR where it's supposed to, you know, real steel wise be quite a heavy, powerful rifle with like a heavy round, or a powerful round that's going to be coming out of it. So I really was like, and it's like, I don't really have any recoil. So I'm quite excited to try this, but this is a big upgrade. So this is an expensive replica as it is, around $1,000. And then this is $350 basically to put this in. So you could buy a whole nother replica, be it a cheap one, with the price of this. And it's already kind of like, should be upgrading this, which is an expensive replica. So what I'm going to try and do in this video is basically do the conversion. I'll probably do like a test at the end just to show you what the recoil's like. Unfortunately, I have actually forgotten where I've put the CTR stock that I got for this. I have a tan one somewhere, which I may have to just get another one of, but I think I'm gonna have to spray paint this anyway, so it might make sense just to stick this on and try and kind of spray paint it in the same way. But I'm gonna put that onto it afterwards. Hopefully that fits and we'll kind of work it out. So probably at the end I'll get an HPA tank and we'll kind of like test it and just see how it fires and how that recoil feels. I would kind of give you a demonstration of this first, but the thing is that you would not notice anything because this is actually not going to give any recoil. It doesn't have any kind of like moving parts. It has like a gas cylinder in here. As I said, though, I do really like this kind of setup. So I'm going to try and do it, and we'll watch the video from Wolverine, who make this as well, so that we can kind of like not do it incorrectly, or hopefully not do it incorrectly. It is a bit different, this one, because it is the 308 model, which is slightly different from their regular standard, you know, like M4 base of the MTW. So I'm hoping that it's not going to get too complicated. There is also a part which I had to order, which is this, the 308 adapter kit. So I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I can probably scan it with my phone and work out the best way to do that. Okay, so this is here. This is here. So I'm just going to take the scope off first. I'm obviously going to take the stock off because we don't need that anymore, or the tank slash stock. I might just leave everything else on. I don't think there's anything else I need to remove. But it was a while, like they take a while to send this stuff to you. It's one thing I would say with Wolverine, if you're ordering them from directly, it's like, oh, okay, here, order this. Just as a side note, when you're checking out, like, we don't guarantee any like shipping date. So I think I ordered this and it probably shipped, what was it? Like, this is actually unscrewing there because it's got no gas in it, which isn't great. It probably shipped like 3-4 weeks after order. So, you know, when you get all excited about something and you're like, oh, wow, you know, this is going to be so cool. I'm going to get it and then I'm going to do a video and I'm going to do a build and this is going to be awesome. And then you kind of forget about that and you're like, oh, yeah, this is coming. And I need to remember exactly what my plan was for this, because that's what I'll end up doing. I'll do a lot of the like, oh, wow, exciting, this is a new thing. And then I'll kind of forget the plan that I had for it. And because I've set aside parts, i.e. some of this Wolverine stuff came earlier, I then have the issue of then trying to find out, like, where did I put that stuff? And I'm pretty bad with that. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just get my punch kit because I just need to punch this one out to get this removed. So I'll be 1 second and I'll be back very soon. Hold on. Okay, so I've got this, which is my punch. And then we're gonna push this out. Just lay this on here. I'm trying to remember how I did this last time. Pretty sure I need to punch both out. Is that right? Yep. And then this actually as well, guys, right here is the kind of copy of the Manta suppressor that I used previously. I'm just going to take that out. Okay, so we will actually need this base. I was thinking, oh, we don't need this, but we will need that. So first off, I'll probably remove the actual engine from in here, and then we can kind of work that out from there. But I think the stock is obviously going to have to go there. So this kit, I'll show you quickly just a screenshot of what it looks like. This kit here is the MTW Inferno XTS. So basically it comes with this engine and then it comes with the stock as well. This kind of like, these both have to go together. So you can see here that is basically going to give recoil through to there. I'm also going to have to work out removing the back of that to put this on. But this, actually, I'll give you a quick view of what this is going to do. So we can see here, this is like a small, you can see there. So you see the movement that's going on there. So it should give us like that kind of recoil. It's not going to make it any louder, hopefully, but you can see, yeah, boom, 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 boom. It's going to give you hopefully some kind of like big recoil. So let's hope that that is, that's what happens. We'll kind of see if that's the case. But I remember from when I was changing out the hop unit, etc. in this, that what I did was flicked this up, because that is the connector. I had to remove this, which holds the engine in place. So I'm going to put this off to one side. I'll put it here. And then I think we can just kind of slide this through. What did we do with this last time? Did I rotate it? Maybe I had to thread this through first. Did we push this through? Yeah, I have to get it through somehow. So the rear. Oh, so I actually need to, I forgot this, yeah. Okay, so I just need to remove this little plug at the back. I'll show you where it is. There's a little plug, that little white plug at the back there. We're going to remove that first. I'm going to get this guy out. So that's another piece we're going to put right on this bottom here. Put them here so you can see them. This engine here, which is the Wraith engine, I think this one's called, that we're going to remove because we shouldn't need this anymore. So if I get another MTW at any stage, then obviously that's something that's there. I think that is all we're going to have to do on the upper. So I'm going to move to the lower and let's just see what we have in this nice box that they've given us. I need to open it by cutting. So where's my knife gone? I just had it. Where did I put that knife? It's like the one thing like I use probably more than anything is that knife. It was actually given to me by Cutter Creations. Cutter Airsoft, sorry, not Cutter Creations. He sent it to me in one of the builds he did for me. And I've used it ever since, and here it is. So I'm not going to use it. It's probably one of the most useful things I've had on this channel, to be honest. Look how close that was to going off. Let's not do that. Okay, so let's open this up quickly and just see what this looks like. This is like an unboxing slash install video. Sorry if I'm a bit kind of dazed today. I was flying yesterday back from Hawaii pretty much the entire day. I've been surfing like non-stop for 5 days straight. So my body is a little bit kind of like, what's going on? Okay, this is cool. So they've given me a nice patch. That's very nice. They actually, when they sent it as well, gave me like a little koozie. Where's that gone? Can't see where that's gone, but they gave me a little Wolverine koozie in the box as well. But I don't really need those, so that's not that important. It's just nice to have. For enhanced recoil, your Inferno XTS has to be pre-fitted with a green flow reducer. I don't know what that means. It's basically telling me that I need an extra part. Is that what we're saying? Because this has got a lot of different pieces. Has been pre-fitted with a green flow reducer. So I think you can switch it presumably to higher or lower. Should we see what that says actually on here? Let me just grab this quickly. I want to see if there's like a more powerful one, because if there's a more powerful one, then we can use that instead.
What's up, guys? Did you just get a new Quake stock?
Yes, I did just get a Quake stock.
With the Quake stock installed on it already? If so, you came to the right place, because we're going to take a look at the installation and operation of the MTW Quake stock with Inferno XTS on today's episode of What the Tech. Okay,
well actually I think that's the same video that I've got up here. So what we're going to do is we'll put it on this one. Yeah, I'm going to give you a little shared video. And we'll see what this guy has to say. I'm going to put my headphones on so I can actually hear what he's saying. Okay, let's go with... Okay, I like it. This sounds good. Okay, cool. No. Yeah. Okay, well, we've done that. Okay, so we didn't have to do that. Solenoid, technical. Ta-da! Okay, so let's do that. Right. So what I think we need to do is just do this. That's perfect. Sorry, I'm not putting you on here. There we go. Okay, so we need to do this. I'm gonna put this back in here. Keep all that clean. Okay, so that's done there. Right, let's go back to him. Let's see what he says. Yeah. No. Why would it not or would? Okay, so that's the recoil out. Is that what the one he was saying? Just double check that. Okay, recoil outside. So if I can get this back here, let me just make sure we've got the audio working here because I don't want that to be messed up. Okay, cool. So what we want is one of these airlines, and I think it's going to be this guy. I'm presuming that's going to be the piece. Let's just see what he's saying here. Okay, so he's got it here. Actually, I'm thinking it might be this one. This is the 308 adapter kit for the Wraith X. Let's see if I can scan this one quickly and that does something different. So otherwise, we're just going to get ourselves in a bit of trouble. Okay, and this code is saying that Wolverine airsoft lines. It's just basically like taking me to a search bar for this. This looks like what we have. So MTW-308 specific kit. Wraith installations. It replaces the M4 hardpoint adapter and mini airline included in Wraith's kits. It replaces the M4 hardpoint adapter. Yeah, so that's going to be air in. So I'm thinking, this is the weird thing, is on the one that he's given me, I love how I'm saying he, like it's got this line, which looks like the one he has, but my issue is there's no ending to it. It's just a straight. It almost looks like this guy should go in here as well, but I don't really want to ram him in there and then, you know what I mean? Like that probably should be in there, looking at what he's got. Yeah, so I've got the stock here, I've got this box here. That's what came in here. So it's like that should be in here. That's what it looks like to me. So I'm going to push this in and see then if that works. Because there's no other screws or anything like that, which will do anything. Problem is, like, getting this thing in is pretty tough. And then I'm going to ruin this thing by pushing it in. Okay, should we... Okay, that's going to go in there, fine. I mean, this is the same line, so maybe let's just go with this. Let's just go with this and we'll see what's going to happen. Because I think this is exactly the same line. So I'm going to go with the longer one, and then we can work out. Let me put that back with this thing. We can work out if this is what's needed. Okay, so recoil out. Because I can imagine it's just the same line. Okay, I need to quickly just get a set of, actually no, this should work. It's probably not the best one to do, but okay, that should be good. Right, I'm going to go back to watching him, so let's have a look and see what he's doing. Okay, I went a bit crazy. Okay, the hardpoint adapter. The hardpoint adapter is where? This guy. Right, so looks like this guy is going to go on here. I've just basically found that in the back of this thing here. So that was just there. Okay, so that hopefully is good. And I'm just going to tighten that slightly. Okay, snug. See what else he's saying. This is much longer. I think that's fine. Problem. Okay, so I think that's the issue, is now I need that longer length, I think, to get actually out. Although this is this frac line here, so maybe we're okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. I almost messed that up, I think. So this is from the fixed rear airline connector for MTW. So I've just found this kit, which is something I ordered when I was just going to switch it to a regular buffer tube. So I think that this is going to be fine, but it's basically the same length as this. I'm now worried this is going to be too long. I think this is going to be, let's just have a look. Yeah, I think it's going to be too long, which is why I need this other line. That looks too short though. Let's just try it with this one and we'll see. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this line is going to go with the air in. Just going to do this here. Basically just doing the same thing with this. And now I've got this bulky set. Okay, so that should be good. But that just does look like it's going to be an issue. We'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try it and we'll see. We're going to see what we're going to do here. So hold on, let's switch it over to this. I think from where I'm saying here, look, because this one is so long that I put on here, this isn't going to like fit nicely, but actually I think if I push it in, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to do what he did and basically do the solenoid now. And kind of just try and put that in. So we'll try that. If I don't try and drop it right in that spot. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just put this through. We can put this guy. Did I do this before? That there. I think that's basically going to go in that location. Okay, this is going to be the other issue. Is this needs to be closer in, and then that can go in there. And I don't think that's going to do very well. So if I can get this guy, it is this one. It's definitely this one. There's no other piece that it could be. So it's almost like with mine, they just haven't fully put it together. This is a lot shorter. Let me just quickly, I'm just going to go back and just see the length that is in his hand when he first puts this thing on. Yeah, it's really short. That's the one. Okay, so I'm just going to have to try and force this in, and then we'll do it with this one if we can make that work. I don't know how I'm going to do this though. So you look here, I've got to get it over this collar. I think once it's over the collar bit, should be fine. I was just thinking maybe because it's like a 308 upper, it might be a slightly longer piece. But I don't think that's the case. I don't really want to bang it because it's like an airline. You know, like it's the input to an airline, but I kind of have to force it in on something hard. I almost want to like take a hammer and smack it, but this is not going on. I don't know why they wouldn't have attached that. Could try and twist it on with this, but it's not going to help either. The annoying thing is as well, like there's some give in it, so it's not like kind of like hammering in something that's not solid. Let me just see if maybe I'll just do it with a little bit of plastic like this. It is going on slowly. No, it's not. Everyone's watching this now like, what are you doing? You're just ruining it. I'll put this over here for a second. But yeah, they basically gave me one end of the line and then just another attach point for this. What other tool can I use that's going to force that onto the end there? There must be something. Brute force strength with my actual hand, or just trying to keep it straight. Like it's literally on that ridge edge there. It's just not coming down fully. No, that's not going to help. Okay, I'm going to pause this for 1 second. I'm going to try and get this on and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm kind of like giving up slightly on this. I've started kind of hitting it with a hammer, like with a soft mallet of the hammer. It is going on slowly, but I feel like I'm doing more damage to it than necessary. Like it's just very slowly getting on, and it looks like I'm like slightly like flattening the screw inputs here. I mean, it is going on just ever so slowly. Let me just give it a few more. It's just making such a small difference. So if I can't get this to work, I'm going to come back to this guy, but I'm going to see if I can. Another thing I realized is I installed this, which is the like the hard line point for it. And the whole reason I got this adapter was because it doesn't take this one. It's the 308 one. So I'm pretty sure that I have to do this. And again, this is all like a learning experience for me. I'm just not an HPA guy in general. So a lot of this is a bit of a, oh, what am I doing? Okay, so this is going to go in here. I think what's going to happen is that's just going to hardline that there. And this is going to go into that position. So I'm hoping that we should be pretty good, but we'll see. Because I'm hoping that that actually will solve the issue, but we'll find out. Okay, so that's going to go there. That's going to go there. What I need to do is get this solenoid piece installed, which is this guy here. This is going to go onto the attachment. That's going to go on here. We're going to put this inside. Need this to go that way, yeah. It's always such a finicky piece, this. I'm always like, okay, if I pull the wire too hard, it's going to rip it out. Or not sit in there properly. These two little airlines are definitely making it harder. Okay, there we go. That's in. Okay, so that's going to go all the way in there. Like that. This guy's going to push down. And we should be good with that. Let's hope. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to have to do is basically get this guy installed, because this guy's going to effectively sit on the back there, which means that we're going to need, oh, one thing I do need to do is put in the MTW engine retention clip. So this is going to sit. It's going to sit there once we push this forward enough. This is just going to have to come forward slightly. I actually think, you know, what's weird is I think that I had to do this way. Because I think if I don't do it this way, then then it's not gonna sit properly. It like needs to actually be the longer one that I've put in. Okay, so let's put this clip back in. This is just a bit finicky again. In fact, let me do this first. Just so that's not pulling on there at all. So I'm going to go with this here. I kind of just need something to push it up with, which will be have I got something which is like a pusher? Use this. It's just holding it in place. Okay, so now that's sat in there, that's holding that down. That should be there, which is going to give it a bit more ease of movement. This guy can sit in here. Yep, okay, so that's good. So what we have now is this is sitting flush at the rear. I've put the solenoid wire back into the back of this new unit. We put that on top. This clip is now gone in. It's just basically sitting in there. I just had to push it forward a bit. And now I'm hoping that we can just put this line straight through the back here, this frac line. But again, that's going to be another one where it's like, okay, how do I do this? Okay, this is the airline routing for M4 MTW-9. I'm pretty sure that now what I need to do is just remove this base, and then we're putting this guy into this position with this rear piece on here, or alternatively this one, which is the one that I wanted, but I don't know if that's going to have the same distance to it. Okay, so let me just use this guy to get this off. This is where I'm like, okay, I'm not actually watching the video and I should be doing that, but we'll go with this for now. Okay, so there's the nut coming off. I'm just undoing this here. You'll need one of these special like stock barrel nut tube devices. Okay, so that's just undoing. And then this guy is coming off. So that basically is the piece that is going to be for the Wraith system, which is what they had there previously. Now, I kind of want to be able to put this on, but I don't think it's going to fit. I have a feeling, I don't know what that piece is either, that this sitting here is not going to fit that through it. Whereas this guy, the smaller one, which is the new one, is going to fit it fine. Yeah, so I think that's going to be what we have to do. Not a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to put this piece in here. That should be what we're doing. Let me just make sure that's right. Yep, that's correct. So we're going in this way. The smaller, you can see there's two pieces there, a smaller side and a bigger side. I'm going to put this in here. Then we're going to run this guy straight through. Oh, sorry, what I'm going to do is put this here. I'm going to back this off. I'm going to run this through here. The problem I think we may have is I need to work out how deep to put this in. And that is probably where I should watch the video. So let's switch back over to the video and see what this guy says. We're about here. Let's go with, let's see what he's saying. That's a bit far, isn't it? Oh, that's what I've got there. Okay, so we put on my headphones. Okay, so we've done that. On that, I've got this one, but actually I could, I think, possibly switch it over to the other one I had on there, which is this one, which has the sling points. No, because that's, actually, yeah, I can. I think so. Like this one here, guys, has the paint job I've done on it, so that's the same. I might try and just stick that one on instead, just so that I can keep some continuity with it. I mean, I'm going to end up spraying it anyway, I'm sure, but okay, so that guy's there, that guy's there. Just quickly undo this. Just taking this bit off the back. Taking this castle nut off the new one. And then putting the old one back on. Yep, that fits fine. Okay, so we've done that. I'm just going to reattach this onto here so that we now have that there. Can use that later. This guy's going to have this. Come on. Okay, let's continue. What's he saying? So he is putting a frac back on it. Okay, should we try it with the frac? I feel like we should try it with the frac just in case. Okay, cool. So let's do, where is the frac? I'm getting really bad with this right now. Here's the frac. Okay, so we're going to put this guy on first, he said. I have to go back. Yeah, that guy on first, and then which way does this thing have to be facing? Okay, where's the frac? Where is it? It's in my hand. So we need this going on like that. Because I don't know where. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so we'll go with that. We're going to go with it. Okay, so now I'm going to basically screw this guy on. Oh, that's definitely wrong. So that's the wrong direction. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So these little winged tip, this little like nut here with the wing tips, I was wondering which direction do I want to like lay that onto it, but it basically sits either side of this. So I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to put this on here now. I'm just hoping that this line is long enough. I'm thinking like it's not, but then also like why wouldn't it be long enough? Okay, so this thing needs to not extend beyond there. So we can go with that there. So I think that is going to be perfect. Looking at that now, I think that's going to be perfect. So from what it looks like, I think he's just going to straighten it back up. Okay, armorer's wrench is what you call it. So I just tightened that. I don't want to tighten it too much in case. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we're basically going to put this here. Sorry, to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I think what he's saying is basically we're going to take this at an angle. But I think this isn't going to be long enough. How long's his one when he's got it coming out? Yeah, his is sticking out longer. But this doesn't look any longer than mine. And it came with that, so let's just double check and see the length and see what we're doing here. Because I've got to push down on the frac. The frac's this like exterior piece, guys, that's yeah, it's just not got the length. Like, because you can see there, that's basically going to be where it is in there. It's not going to have enough clearance to go straight down and into there. But this line, which is the red one they're using for the MTW, doesn't look any longer. Just confirm that. I mean, if it is longer, it's literally minuscule. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just run the normal line. Let's just double check. Because I do like the design of this frac one a lot more. I need to remove these pins. See, I can see it sticking out there. Look here, you can see it's literally sticking, so you can see where it is, but it's just not gonna go fully out. I don't know how much better it's going to be with another version on there. Because it's almost just kinking slightly. If I just get this guy, I don't want to do any damage. Yeah, it's not coming out far enough because it should be. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just not long enough. So maybe let's switch over to the other one and see how that does. I'll make sure that's not caught there. That's there. Okay, so let's switch it over to the standard line. Sorry, the standard back piece, and not have the kind of frac version. And then we'll just kind of thread it through. So I need to get my piece here. Okay. So this guy out of the way. Thing is, if I spray paint this Quake stock as well, it's going to be pretty hard to. That's going to go this way, yep. Going to go with a reinstall this like this. Again, it's going to be the same where we don't want it overshooting, so that I think is good. Now, before I tighten it too hard, I'm just going to make sure that we can get this line out there. Because again, the worry is that it is just not going to fit properly. There's just no way of getting that line longer. Okay. So I want to get this. Put through there. Got the same issue. It's just not long enough, this line. As in, look, it's getting to that point there, and that's all well and great, but I can't attach a line into that. I don't want to damage this again, but you see there? That's how far that line's going. So I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe we take it apart and put that red one on and just see the difference, because that to me just isn't going to make any difference. But Let's try it. Okay, take 2. Sorry, this is going to be a long one, isn't it, this video? Again, I appreciate you guys sticking with it and watching, because it's kind of great to be able to figure it all out together. Okay, so that's going to be there. Let's go with the old removing this guy. Removing this guy. Get him up. And then this solenoid piece, I'm going to pull him out. Put this guy through here. So if I have this in, it's no longer. It literally is. If anything, it's shorter. Like that's going to be the difference there. So I really don't understand why that is that length and isn't longer. It's exactly the same. That's exactly the same. Doesn't come with any other wires. Sorry, any other airlines. Just make sure we haven't got any in here. Oh, I do have a longer airline. Alright, I don't think this is anything to do with this kit, but I do have a longer airline. So it's a lot longer. A lot longer, but we'll do that and then I can just kind of have it hanging out the back. I think that's going to be the plan. Let's do it with that. Okay, cool. So we're going to remove this guy. And then I can try and figure that out later, but this will work for now. This will make everyone happy, especially me. So airlines, it's normally springs that I hate more than anything, but in this video, actually airlines that I hate. Okay, so that's not going to work with the frac. That's something we've worked out. Because I'm doing this, I'm going to thread this through. It's not going to work out with the frac because the frac needs to literally just be on that edge. And this guy's not going to be like that. Okay, so let's pull this out slightly. Put this guy in here. That's going to go in. This is going to go along here. This coming out the top. I'm going to use this guy to push him along. And then that's going to go down. This is going to go here. And now, instead, oh, if I get this right, this isn't lined up. Sorry, my kid just came in. It's my birthday, or it was yesterday. And so this is now him wanting to sing happy birthday, which is awesome. But, oh no, please don't tell me. Okay, cool. I thought I wasn't going to fit through the gap for a second. It's going to be him wanting to sing happy birthday, which is amazing. But also, I need to finish this video, and if I stop my flow now, I'm actually just going to tighten this quickly. Because I forgot to tighten that up. This is going to work now, I'm pretty sure of it, so I'm going to tighten this up. Okay, that's tightened. I'm going to thread this through. There's going to be a bit of a line sticking out the back of it, but I think we're going to be good. I don't know why they haven't sent a line that's long enough. I don't know if that's my fault and I'm doing something wrong, or if it's them and there's something going on there that they've sent the wrong thing, but I'm presuming it's my fault. Okay, so that's that there. We can now put that in. We can put this one in. If I can hit it in with my hammer. Okay, so now we have it like that. And so that should go there fine. This should now go on here. Okay, like that. And that is now what it's looking like. So I'm going to take a quick pause. I'll be back with my tank and then I will test it and we'll be seeing how this thing performs in that state. All right, guys, one sec. Okay, guys, sorry. So I literally had to run out. Wasn't even had this on. I had to run out. My kid ran in and they wanted to do a birthday cake for me, which was so sweet. Okay, so that's kind of annoying. I think it's going to be fine, as in like I'll have another line attached to that. I'll probably just run a shorter line. It is definitely cool now having a proper stock on it. It's actually got a little bit of give in it and the movement's in where the recoil is. So I don't know, that's kind of, it's not a lot, but it's definitely not the actual stock that's moving. It's the actual piece that's between here. So what should happen now is when I fire it, it should do that and then kick into my shoulder each time. So what I'm going to do now is I'll go and get I'll make sure this has got charge in it. And I'll go and get the air tank and we'll just make sure that this thing can fire. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, I can hear that going. Right, I'll be 1 second and I'll go get my air tank. Okay, so here's an air tank. I actually grabbed a couple of my other like carbon ones that are lighter. And for some reason, they just were not, they didn't have any gas in them, which is weird. Okay, this is on 100 PSI, which is probably a little bit heavy for this, but I don't think it will make a big difference. I'm going to put this guy in here. So that should be good. And then I'm just going to point this down here just in case, because sometimes these will slam fire just when I haven't messed around with them properly. Okay, so that's on and that seems fine. Let me just fire this into the ground. Okay, so that is recoiling. And as you can see here, just make sure that's on. Yeah. Okay, this is on 120 PSI, so this is pretty high right now. So as you can see, this thing is recoiling there. So if I go, I mean, it's nice, as in like it is nice to have that recoil, but it's definitely, it kind of makes that little noise. And yeah, I mean, it's nice for sure. It's definitely going to add a lot to this, I think, in terms of like how I enjoy shooting it. Because when I fire it and I actually feel that recoil, I think I actually saw it tacked up, was kind of saying it's almost like driving like a front wheel drive car. So it almost feels like it's a kind of a different version of recoil. For me, actually, obviously I'm not firing right now, but it actually on this MTW feels pretty normal. Like kind of like a, I don't know. I'll have to see how it is when the BB's coming out of it. So stay tuned. I'll be doing a review video on this and just kind of testing it out, making sure that is actually working, that engine in conjunction with this. But now, obviously, I have to run the tank and the airline. But I have a MTW-308 that is recoiling, which I have to say I'm going to be a lot happier with, I think. Obviously, it's not going to be quite as subtle and stealthy with the actual noise. But I do think, and probably the performance is going to drop off just because of my, the actual flinching with the recoil. But I do think that is going to be really fun to shoot. And I now have got rid of this issue with the length of the stock. I can actually, can I? I should be able to, oh, hold on. So this is a bit stuck. I put my very tight fitting, I put a one-way Velcro in there. Yeah, I think this is going to be nice. So that's now what it's looking like, guys. I hope you like it. Where's this movement coming from? Oh, it's this. I was like, where's this movement coming from? It's the scope, which I've only just kind of like broadly screwed in. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this a lot. So $350 is a lot of money. Hopefully this video has been kind of helpful on like how to get this thing done up. I don't know why I had this extra line here. I don't think it came from any of those parts. So you may need to just think about that if you're doing it on this MTW. But yeah, I think hopefully it's just me and I'm being a bit dumb. But other than that, guys, I'm pretty happy. Stay tuned for the next video and I'll see you very soon wherever you are.